How's it going? Right. Sun in my hands, right by the window. Sorry if I'm chewing on a throat lozenge. It's been a tiring couple nights. I think I'm getting a little under the weather. So if I'm sucking on this for a little bit, I apologize. But I wanted to go live. I have another day of family, and the family goes home tomorrow. So I'll have a little bit more time, my time back. But I just wanted to hang out with you for a little bit and show you a little bit about how I am editing with AI. I wanted to do it from the beginning, so I think I've kind of like, when I'm demonstrating and I kind of start halfway through. Let me just put this in the side of my mouth. I apologize for having a throat lozenge in while I'm talking. So again, the tool that I use is DESCRIPT, but what I've been doing is when I'm recording my video, I've just been using a screen capture software. And in my case, I just using QuickTime. I have a Mac. If you have a Mac, you could use screen capture software. It's completely free. If you don't have a Mac, come on, get a Mac, whatever. Okay, if you're a Windows person, no problem. But you can go and use tools like OBS. It's completely free. It's the obsproject.com, I think is the website. Grab that. It's completely free if you wanted to use that as your screen capture or whatever you're choosing. Loom is a great one. There's a whole bunch of great screen capture tools that you could use. So whichever one works best for you. None of them are wrong answers. Just find the right screen capture software that works for you. I use QuickTime. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. If you want it to be camera as well, you might need to actually have a tool that will do both at the same time. But I'm just showing you how I'm doing this as a faceless video. But you could also use DESCRIPT, record it directly in. But I just like keeping it separate. To each his own. That's what I do. But let me show you what I am going to do. So I recorded a video the other day, and let me see. Let me grab the screen recording. No, that's not it. Oh, I have it set to save the screen recordings to my desktop. This is my Christmas recording. Is it going? There we go. How's it going? I never even started with that. I always say, how's it going? But then I cut it out. So, okay. So I'm going to open up a tool called DESCRIPT. Again, that's the one that I use. So I'm going to start from the beginning instead of. So let me share my screen. There we go. And actually, before I do that, let me share this other screen. I always share out my live, and that's a good advice is always to share out your lives or whatever you're creating with the audience that is actually going to want to see your live content or want to see your content. Don't just spam. There's a lot of people that will just spam their content. And I'll ask you, would you click on somebody's content if they just spam it to you? Like, hey, look at all this AI stuff. That's cool. I'm into, my content's about dogs. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a random thing. Or maybe I'm showing you how to do one thing, but why would I click on it if you just click on my thing and watch my video? You're just going to mess up the algorithm for yourself on YouTube, especially. Again, it's different on different platforms, but on YouTube, if you keep on just sharing this stuff, you're going to make it so nobody's going to see your content because it's just going to share stuff that to the wrong audience. So this is the YouTube channel that we are streaming on right now. I always grab the link from the top. I don't grab this one right here where it says share. You could always grab share, but it says live. And what I find is when I post that in places, it doesn't grab the embed, which I want. So I just grab the link from the top right here. And then I go over here to Gary Club, which is one of the places, like I said, post where people are going to get value from it. So I'm going to show you how I post it, and I just go over to Gary Club. You can create an account at gary.club/dunk. And also that will show you a lot of the different things that I offer through Gary Club. And one thing that I wanted to actually create, and let me know if you like this idea, I wanted to start creating some digital collectibles live and show you how I'm doing that. And then show you how you could actually take those digital collectibles and make money with them on Gary Club. So if you want me to do that, let me know in the comments. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. And I would use things like AI tools to generate them and show you how I actually create the digital collectible and actually sell it. and I use Web3 monetization in order to do it, using Gary Club as well as his protocol, which is called Social Connector. So I always post this right here, give it like a little cool thing. It's like, say, hey, man, for some AI. There we go. And when it says watch, it's this again, it's the same thing. Again, apologize, I'm chewing on this throat lozenge. Drop that there. It's gonna be great. And that's gonna let everybody know to come and hang out with us. That is on Gary Club. And then you can post it wherever it is. If you have a Facebook group, if you have a Discord channel, if you have any of those things, that's where you share those things out to your audience, to people that actually will get value from it. Because how often are you just like, man, I don't know you, I'm gonna come hang out with you on a live stream? It's not as often. It's usually people that actually already know you that are gonna come and hang out on these things. Like, if you're hanging out with me now and we just met, it's great to meet you. I mean, and I hope that we can actually grow that relationship. And that's why I recommend things like go to my Discord, dunkmedia.club. Ooh, I have the wrong tag. I want to have the one that says the Discord. That one. Dunkmedia.club goes to my Discord. So you can go, like, that's the way that you share things out. Don't spam, share. Okay, I'm done getting off my high horse. I'm switching to what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to go back over to DESCRIPT. And I am going to go right here. So this is DESCRIPT, and what I'm going to do is I am going to create a new project. Let's make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, good. I never know what, since I'm sharing my screen. So I click new project, and it's going to pop up something like this. It's going to be completely blank. Now, I did a screen capture, and that's all I've done so far. Just a screen capture. Just a screen capture. Nothing else. Not a single thing else. And I'm going to grab that screen capture. Make sure it's the right one. Is it going? All right, and I did that one on Christmas screen capture. And all what you need to do, you could either drop it up here, or if you're ready for it, you could always just drop it right into the timeline. And it's the little thing in the corner says adding file. And what happens at this point is if I open, you can also add it directly into the media right here if you don't want it to go on the timeline. But what's going to happen is going to start scanning that file. It might take, if this is the reason why I usually do it, this part before I go live, because this does take a moment. It doesn't take you any actual work. See, now I'm going to get a pop-up that's transcribing. Your transcription will take, sometimes it asks you if you want to do that or not. Hit done. Now it's going to take a moment to transcribe your video. It's not going to, nothing too crazy. It's just going to take a few minutes. What will take a little bit extra time is this right here. Make sure again that you can see what I'm doing. Not that. This one right here. So when you pop this down, it's going to hue your screen, and then you're processing your screen. So it will balance your audio levels, which is awesome. And if you don't have the best mic, you get to also do something like this. Let me show you this little hack. And this is something that DESCRIPT does automagically. Is that a thing? Are we okay calling things automagically? So if I click this here, and your audio you're like, I think I actually have to wait until it's done processing, but it has to do it in the cloud. But there'll be a little toggle right here, like it says for ducking. And if I turn on studio sound, I've been able to save audio from my video that I thought was completely lost. It sounds like this muffled, and somehow it saves it. Somehow it saves the audio. So some of the videos that I've uploaded on my channel, you would not know that I forgot to switch the input to this mic, and it saves the audio. I'm not kidding. AI automatically balances it. See, it says studio sound. So if I turn that, if your audio sounds bad, use studio sound, it will save your audio. So right now it is transcribing and it is uploading. Again, this is the reason why I try and show you, do this ahead of time. This part does it. You don't actually have to do anything while it's doing. You can just do this and walk away. But once the transcription is done, let me just go over what it is. Let me bring up the next tab that I wanted to go over. And I went over this in yesterday's live. So if you're curious, want me to dive deeper into what I'm about to do. So I'm just going to go to this. This is the one I did yesterday. And we were making a thumbnail for it. We were making, which I ended up finishing the thumbnail. I took this, put it in Canva, and we ended up coming up with here. Yeah, Baba. This is the final one that we ended up coming up with. So AI gave me all of, and oh yeah, and this was the let me show you what that was again. So AI, I asked it to use my database. I've been building a database about content that, like, so it has a knowledge base with a custom GPT, so it knows me and it knows the content that I'm creating. And then it gave me different clickable links or clickable titles. And what I'm also doing is I'm building up a database of the ones that do the best. So when I have a video that does well, I take that link, or I take that title, and I say, okay, this one did well. So these are ones that did well. So now it's going to reference the videos that did well and make more titles like those versus the ones that aren't as successful. So if there's one that takes off, analyze the video, look at it. Okay, this video did really well, and do that. And what I could also do is I could also reverse engineer the prompt for the image and add those in too, because it does have to be text at this point. So so I picked that, and then I had it create this, and I made some notes on it, and then there we go. And I had that. And one little hack, this is like a game changer for some people. You come here, usually looks like that when you open it. Click the little the eye, looks like an upside down exclamation point. That's what a kind of eye looks like, huh? You click that, it will actually give you the prompt for the image. If you're using DALL-E 3 through ChatGPT. So if you have ChatGPT Plus, you have DALL-E 3 included. So that is an awesome thing to have. Okay, let's check in. I wasn't even sharing my screen. You didn't tell me I wasn't sharing the right screen. Gotta say exactly what I was saying over again. Scared everybody off. Let me know always if I'm ever sharing the wrong screen, because I'm using one screen right now. I usually have 2 monitors, but I'm making content in an attic while visiting family right now. So I didn't stop. Like, when I visit family, I still created content. This is where I started creating content during like the lockdowns in 2020. I went into isolation up here. Let me do this one more time. Sorry. So I created this GPT. It helped me create a title, and then it helped me create this, and I made some notes on it. It gave me a next video, and that led me to having this final thumbnail that I'm going to end up using. And again, if this thumbnail doesn't work, I'll make notes on ones that do work, and we'll make more like that. So let me go to the right tab. There we go. Let me just check in on, and this is again the reason why I typically will do this part ahead of time, because this is a big file and it may take longer, but I usually try and get this done before we ever go live. So so what I did was I took a transcript, and I saved it, and then I gave it to ChatGPT, and I told it I want to have titles and thumbnails based off of what the video is about. Not and you can come up with like customized ones, but I wanted it to be about what the video is about. So it's the same thing. So if I started a new one, again, I want it to be the Dunk GPT, because we all like Dunk GPTs. There we go. So when it's ready, what I'll need to do is I can just grab these titles if I want. I could grab the same exact thing, copy that. I would come over here, and once the transcript is done, then I can just attach the file, and it will give me content just like this. Just like this. So let me go check the script again real quick. It's taking longer. Again, this is why I typically do this ahead of time. But when I add this in, let me show you over here. trying to figure out how to what to do and my plans. Thought I would be all clever trying to do this live for you, but this is the reason why. I guess this is important to show you why I try to just do this one part, because it's uploading into the cloud, which again probably isn't the best thing to do while live streaming, now that I think about it. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Okay, the throat lozenger is gone. I scared everybody off with my chomping. Okay. Okay, so you can even see, I mean, I'm on the wrong screen again. And hopefully I'm back in my normal setup in not too long. I love my family, but I also like my recordings setup. You don't have to have any of that stuff. When I started creating content, my phone's on charge over there, but I would create content pretty much where I'm sitting right now, like exactly where I'm sitting right now. And I would create content. I would create content. There's a little tiny candle that's sitting here. And there's right above where my monitor is right now, where my camera is, I had a screen, or I have a little lip right here, whatever it's called, above under the window. And it lines up pretty well, like right about at my eye level while sitting at this desk. And I would take my cell phone, not connected to my phone or to my computer, and I would lean it there, and I used a teleprompter app. And I would use that teleprompter app, and I would either put notes on it, or I would also, if I didn't want to, I could also just put a script and I could read it. And I would read those scripts. I would bring them in to iMovie because everything was shut down. I didn't have the spare money. I had a computer, and iMovie was free with I guess I could look down, not where my other eye line was. iMovie was free. Use whatever you want. There's so many. DaVinci is a great solution that's free. And I just started creating content with what I have, and I stopped caring about making it perfect. I have a history, like I work in the film industry. That's what I do during the day when I'm not doing stuff here with you. And I work on TV shows and movies, and you know, it was hard for me to say, you know, I need to be okay with it being done, because done is better than perfect. That is always the case. Done is always better than perfect. Let me go check in on this real quick again. Of course, it's a longer one. It's a 26-minute file, and that's kind of the point of what I wanted to get at. So it's not even transcribing it yet. I don't care about it going up in the cloud. I just want it to transcribe it. It has to go in the cloud first. Bad planning. But what I would do is I would just I'd shoot it on my phone. And because I didn't have my camera was garbage I had an old computer, and it was garbage, and I had like an old Mac Mini that I was able to edit with, and it had iMovie, and but it didn't have any camera or anything, so I just recorded my video separate, and I would screen capture if I wanted to talk about something. And that's how I created content while in lockdown. I didn't have anything. I had a cell phone and a computer from 2011, I believe. That was the one that I had. It was a 2011 computer, so it was at the time, it was a 10-year-old computer, or 9-year-old computer, which was very much out of date. But it ran, and I was able to edit my videos. I was able to get content up. I was able to figure out thumbnails. I was able to do all those things. Whether you're making videos or not, the point that I'm trying to make is that you can create content with pretty much anything nowadays. Like AI will help you create content. So if you're saying that, you know, there's not a way to actually create, I don't have the resources. If you're watching this video right now, you have the resources. Like the videos that I just showed you I'm trying to show you how to make, I screen captured. So that takes the whole camera out of the equation. Done. You could do that with screen capture. Maybe you don't have the extra money to go and subscribe to DESCRIPT, which I believe it's $30 a month, which is well worth it for me. And if you wanted to use DESCRIPT, here, I'm going to show you this. This is the link to my affiliate link. If you ever wanted to use that tool, I think it saves me an insane amount of time. And if you wanted to support the channel, you could always go through that link. Doesn't cost you anything if you do. But that particular tool has saved me a lot of time, but I did it all manually at the beginning when I was starting to create my content because it's what I had. And if you have a phone, you have an editor on your phone. If you have a phone, you probably have a camera if you want to be on camera, but you don't have to. Go and just create the content. You have a screen capture. OBS is free. obsproject.com. Go there. It's completely free. You can screen capture. You can do it whatever you want. It doesn't cost you anything. Not a thing. So I don't have the resources excuse is moot. It's an excuse. So if I could do it in an attic with a dying cell phone with an expanding battery leaned up against a candle and using a window as my lighting source, couldn't even connect the camera to my computer to try and record them together, then you could do it too. You could do it if I could do it with those conditions, because I bet you have better stuff than that. And if you don't, we could figure out a way. Screen capture. Oh man, I'm sorry, I don't speak. I want it to be in English, and my English isn't amazing. There's solutions to that. Text to speech has become beyond amazing with tools like 11 Labs. All these, they're insanely good. I can't emphasize how easy it is to do this now. And I'm not talking about making just garbage content with AI that you just pump out, but you can create it. You don't have to be on camera. You don't have to use expensive tools. You could do it. They do save you time. Those tools like DESCRIPT saves me so much time, but I don't have to use it. Let me check in and see if it's done transcribing. Man, this might take longer than I might just have to show you another thing if this takes much longer. I'm not going to cancel it, but I could show you an example with another transcript if this takes too much longer, because I don't want to hold you up, and I can't. Yep, I don't want to waste too much time. But I hope you get the point. It's like you can't wait. You're never going to be ready to start creating content, whether you do videos or creative things. I do a lot of instructional videos. I try to help people, show people what I'm doing. Like, that's the point of these lives. I'm just showing you how I'm creating content and how I'm making money with it. That's why I was asking earlier. Again, I asked earlier in the chat, or earlier in the stream, I was thinking about starting to create digital collectibles live here and showing you how I'm doing them. And you could also create payment pages and ways to actually make money with them. So I was going to show you how I was doing it, and then we could create the page together. I could show you how I create the image. And the idea is that you can actually promote that to people, and they could be your, maybe you have a fan that loves you and wants to support you. That's a way they could do it, and they could actually have something for it, which you can or can't. And that's kind of a really cool thing with those digital collectibles. And the reason why I do a lot of stuff through Gary Club and use the social connector protocol is because I'm able to create those things and reward people for little things later down the road. Like if I create a digital collectible and say I have some sort of, hey, I'm going to do a super cool training. I could say, hey, that digital collectible that you bought for $1 3 months ago? Well, if you have that, then you can come to this event for free. I could do that if I want to with those. So it's so cool that you could just have fun with your audience, and then using things like AI to create the content, because AI creates that content for me. I'm an artist, but I'm not that kind of artist, so that's not my strength. So AI has been able to really help me do that. And again, I'll say it again, just so you know, my stance on it, AI is a buzzword, just so you know. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. It's called machine learning, but hey, everybody's going to know it as AI, so we'll call it AI. And there's no artificial intelligence about it, because I'm building a database for myself. Like I was saying, like I'm putting a whole bunch of info. Here, let me show you. This is what I could show you. I talked about this on yesterday's live. Let me actually go back here. Boom, boom, boom. Where is it? There we are. ChatGPT. I think we're on the right page. Am I on the right page? I'm on the right page, everyone. So I'm gonna show you this. So this is the one I'm working on. There's a couple other ones. These are some that come in. One thing that I trying to figure out is when I put my own image externally, it keeps on breaking it. It's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing. So if I go to Edit GPT, or you can create a new one and start it, what it does is it creates this page when you can chat with the bot as you're building it, building your custom GPT. But then it's building this out. This is what it's really doing. You could chat with it and it fills in the configure automatically for you. And I mentioned yesterday, I would always just save this whenever you're making updates. If you're in a place that you might want to revert to. So you just save these settings, copy them to like a text, and if you just paste it back in here, it will revert back to the setting that you had before, because it's just updating this stuff. Like if I change this to S, see, it just changed that to S, and then I hit update, and it would update it in the model that I'm using in ChatGPT. But the thing that really is valuable, and you can't overlook this. This is so important, is knowledge. And the thing that this is, and I have a whole bunch of other modules that I'm working on right now that I'm going to be adding into this soon. But it's information that knows about me. See, I have my business overview. I have my monetization and growth strategies that I'm using. I have my target market right here. I have my personal background right here. And as I keep on adding these things in, this custom GPT is going to know more and more about me. So as I add scripts that have worked, as I add thumbnails that are successful, as I add in titles that did well, it's going to know what worked and what didn't based off of me, not some generic thing. So that's the point that I'm trying to get at. When people say it's AI, this is the AI right here. That's me. That's filling this in. Yeah, I took what I wrote, I put it into ChatGPT, and I said, hey, help me clean this up and make sure that it's very clear. Is there anything that's unclear in what I just wrote? And if there's a gap in it, it helps me fill that in. Yeah, I'm using the AI to help clarify what I'm saying. I make sure, okay, that's exactly what I want. Make sure that it's something that you'll understand in a knowledge base, and it puts it in that format for me. Done. And I upload it in here in a PDF format. You could put different types of formats in here. Just some of them, I think that text edit can be downloaded. PDFs, I don't think they can. There's rules, but this is what you need to work on. Go create a custom GPT and just start adding information about your business into the knowledge, about you, about your personality, about who you are, about your quirks. And you're going to start to actually have a second you that will start doing the work. This is about cloning yourself. So if you actually have a perfect assistant that can do these things that you need to do, the things that you would have already done, like I need this thing to think like me, give it information about you in your words, in your voice, and it's going to give you information back out in your words, in your voice, based off of what you told it. Yeah, it has access to the internet now and everything like that. So you're gonna be able to search Bing and all that stuff and get any additional information, but it's going to base it off of the knowledge that you gave it. So as its foundation. Now, let me go check DESCRIPT again. This might be, oh, no. Still going. Man, it says that it uploaded it. Why is this not transcribing? I am confused. Here, let me close DESCRIPT and reopen it. This is not a good... Maybe it's because I'm uploading right now. Maybe I just have to open it and close it back up again. I know you don't see my screen. You see my... It might be because I'm streaming right now. Okay, I'll just show you an example again using the one I had from yesterday. But you get the idea. I upload it and it gives me a transcript and I can export it. How about this? For the one that I just showed you, I will show you the second half on tomorrow's live, just because I don't want to hold you up while I'm waiting for something to happen in the cloud that I'm waiting on. I usually just drop once I'm done recording, I drop it into DESCRIPT, let it do its thing. And when I'm ready, I just come to it and it's ready to go. That's what I would typically do. But now I can just make sure that you can see what I'm doing. You can't see the actual file I'm clicking, but I'm just grabbing a transcript. I'm gonna grab a transcript. Not that. There it is. So it's a recording from the previous video that I was doing this for, the one that I actually created. I don't have the tab open anymore. But the one with that thumbnail that I was showing you. So I put a couple thumbnail titles that really worked out. I could add more. Like I said, I'm working on a PDF that just has that I could delete and add more and just keep on updating as I keep on adding more things to that. So I'm going to hit send and it's going to look what it's going to give me. Because I just told it, give me 20 highly clickable YouTube titles from this transcript. Keep the titles under 60 characters because I like to keep them under 60 characters just because if they get long, they get cut off. We don't want that. And look, now we have a bunch of them. And if these don't work, you could find what I like to do. And is the reason why I keep on saving the ones that do work is I'll take the ones that I like and maybe I'll put them down here. I like these, give me 20, but base them on this style. And then like we were saying, once you have it, you could always just continue down the rabbit hole of using ChatGPT to using ChatGPT to create the image using DALL-E 3. You could also use Midjourney. You could also just take a picture. Take a picture of yourself with the camera. So there's a bunch of different ways. Look, I just got all my titles right here, and I can even say, I mean, you can go down this rabbit hole pretty quick. Like maybe I have a standardized. I want a paragraph that's going to be SEO, like how about this? Bonk with debit card. That's actually a good title. That's a good title. I might actually bonk buying with debit card. How do you buy a bonk with debit card? That's a good. I might make that video. Thank you for letting me find that. So if I want, that's a different video that I might actually call it that title. I might switch. Okay. How about this? This. So this is the title I will use. Now give me a YouTube SEO optimized description for a video with this title. And the transcript I used. So again, it's a trial and error thing at this point, but yeah. So look at this. Welcome to the ultimate guide of bonk buying with debit card. That's one thing. So it's using the title in there. So it's key highlights. See, it's showing actually what we're talking about. So since it knows, so ChatGPT already knows the entire video that I'm making, it could make a very insightful description that I could use. Now this one was a bit longer than I wanted, so why don't I just do this? Right, give me a short. So if I added, look at how it would change it. That's a pretty long description. If I had just said the word short, let's see the difference of what would come out there. Boom. Cool. much shorter, much to the point. It still has bonk using that's an SEO term right there. And you could also do things like with YouTube, you have tags. You could do things like that, and those tags are going. You could hey, include these in there if you wanted to, and it's going to actually write it optimized. So cool. The other one's not loading right yet. I think it's because I am live streaming is what I'm feeling, because it's too much bandwidth. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. I usually am hardlined, which when you're live streaming you should, but I have no hardline up here because old house. I'm in this house. I'm in an attic in a house that's over 100 years old. So let's just say there was no Wi-Fi when this house was built, or internet. Yeah, or I mean, there were cars. Not many. It's an old house, but it's fun. All right. Ooh. I hear family calling me, so I'm actually gonna wrap it up for the day. I'm here. I hear my name being called, but I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'll finish off what we started today. I'll show you that, and maybe how about this tomorrow? It might be a little later live because I have family leaving in the morning, but I will create a digital collectible with you live, probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the day after, and we will create a payment page. I'll show you how I do it, and if you'd like to, you could also mint it. I'll show you how it's done, but otherwise, it's going to be. I'm going to show you how I do it and how I'm going to actually be able to use it to create content and make money with it. And sometimes people will buy it. If not, you've created things. More buy buttons you put out there, the more chances people are going to actually buy something, and you're going to make money no matter what you're doing. So thanks again for hanging out with me. If you like the tools that I use, I know that it was having an issue because of me streaming at the same time. I learned don't do those at the same time. But I'll finish showing you tomorrow on how I do that. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is a little shorter live because I hear family calling, but after tomorrow, they're heading out in the afternoon. So I'll have a little bit more of my time. I have 2 nephews and 2 nieces that they like their Funkle. Let's just put it that way. They like their Funkle. So I'll see you later. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.